Alright, what's going on, people, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else of the world? Fishes, goldfish, birds, Tyrannosaurus.
That's a scary critter there.
Welcome to Table Talk, episode 5, with your hosts, Hypergraphia.
Zucchini.
And Lady S.
That's right, Lady S has got the smoking voice on. So today we're coming to the table, and I don't know if we're just kind of doing another random thought gambit type thing.
I got some rants I can go with.
Okay, well I was gonna actually ask you guys. I was curious to hear. I feel like I know Lady S's, but I was actually kind of wondering about yours, King Size. Like, if you had to pick like one video game from your childhood that like was your childhood. What game was it, and why?
Lady S, why don't you go first? Because I gotta think.
I feel like I'm just walking into class and getting slapped with a test. Like, here you go. You got 5 minutes to fill it out.
Test.
No, we've had 2 hours. Let's go.
That's right.
I don't
He's got a
know.
point.
I've had a lot of video games.
See, but I always, like, for me, like, when I say I always had, like, or I had a general, like, preconceived idea for you, I would think that you would pick Silent Hill. You just seem to be, like, a very big Silent Hill fan. And it's like, in the same way that I have a ton of favorite games from my youth, I would probably still say, hands down, Final Fantasy VII. Like, I've always been...
That's a
like,
solid choice.
Yeah, like, I mean, that was, like, really the game that got me started. That was the whole reason I bought, like, a memory card for the PS1. You know, like, because, like, you couldn't not save that game. Like, you had to... There's no way you could beat it in one sitting. You had to have something to save that. So
you
I was just,
needed
like,
commitment for that game.
You did. You really did need commitment for that game. So I was just curious, like, if you guys had any games, and I mean, we definitely don't even have to stay on the topic, but I was just curious, like, what games, like, even in general, what games, like, that you played as a child, because we all gamed pretty heavily, but what ones really stuck with you?
The ones that really stuck with me besides Silent Hill, because that's like a whole series and it spans, you know, years and years and years. But the ones that stuck with me that I still have is Zelda Ocarina of Time and Zelda Majora's Mask.
Both N64,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I could play those games endlessly and never get bored of them.
Really?
Yeah.
And agreed. Really?
And yeah, well, because it not only has like a lot of memories, but it's fun. Like, even though I know where everything's at, and it's fun to revisit those memories.
I never got a lot of fun out of those games, though. That's why I was always really surprised that you were such a big fan, because, like, I mean, you know, like, for a minute there on your DS or whatever, or back when we were living at 505, the old place that Lady S and I used to live in, like, remember I was playing on that N64 that our roommate had, he let me play, and I just wasn't, like, I mean, I felt like the same, like, as a kid, that I would, like, really kind of get into it at the beginning, but then it's, like, a lot of running here, running there, going back, doing this, and, like, again, like, it's, you know, for some people like that type of game, but for me, I was just like,
That's how I felt about Final Fantasy VII when I started playing it not too long ago.
See, but with me and Final Fantasy VII, like, I don't feel like you're ever really going back. It always seems like it's, like, driving forward in the narrative.
Oh, you're not just going back and trying to get 100% on everything.
Not even that.
Oh,
I just
okay.
feel like with, like, Zelda, I can't remember which one. I think it was the one with the masks, but I feel like you're just constantly, like, running back, taking something somewhere, and, you know... I mean, and another thing that I was really into as a kid, and, like, I think we talked about it yesterday, you and me, Lady S, and I don't think you have any favorites, but, like, some of my favorite games growing up were fighting games. Like, I fucking loved Soul Calibur, and I really liked, I wasn't super big into Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter kinda, but, like, more Soul Calibur and fuck me, Soul Calibur. Let me just turn
That's an interesting... Was that a hentai game, or...?
Fuck me, fuck. The hentai. Bukkake edition.
Sequel to Hoonie Pop. Fuck me, fuck daddy. They call me fuck king. I am the king of fuck. So anyway, Corey.
We're up to 4 now.
Anyway, champ. What was your favorite? Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball?
Wasn't my favorite, but I did have it.
I did have it.
I had
and
that.
It had me.
Had me hard.
I had that game too for the Xbox, like the original Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe I just stole yours.
That game gives a whole new meaning to hard difficulty. Ultra hard mode.
There was no hard mode.
Grab some Kleenex. Growing up, the only console I had was Sega.
Really? The Genesis?
For a long time, yeah.
Really?
Genesis, so Sonic.
Okay.
Yes. Sonic,
I'm trying to think of like
the one where you stack the game, where you put the one cartridge in and then you tag teamed it with the other one. Trying to think.
It just sounds so dirty.
Oh, that's me.
Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles, where you put in
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
I forgot that you did that. Did you ever play like wasn't Toe Jam and Earl and like Earthworm Jim? Weren't those like Sega games?
They were, but because they made an appearance on Nickelodeon later at night before Nick at Night, along with like Rocko's Modern Life and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Mom was like, nah. No.
That's a no-go. Do you guys remember Gex? Have you ever heard of that one?
Isn't that a gecko?
Yeah.
I never played it though.
It was like a gecko, and he was like trapped in like television. He went through like different channels, like Kung Fu. And it was very Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Yeah. Yup.
It was.
I always really liked it though.
Easy.
What, going away and in?
Oh, no, or just bam into the microphone. Yeah, actually, I had to look it up on 3DO to see what the game was that I played, because there was right here's Gex.
Yeah, yep, actually, yep. Need for
and that I only had the demo for that because you can't find a.
Oh my god.
And then
that's crazy to even think about.
Well,
too. Like
how many
demo
people
discs,
know what a 3DO is?
Like, that's true too, but like that also like, and again that makes me touch on the nostalgia of. Do you remember back with like demo discs, like PS1, how you would get a magazine and it would come with like and it would come with that demo.
I didn't get magazines. I couldn't read.
With that, you didn't need to read. It was all there in the disc. But it was cool because like I remember back in those days. Oh, excuse me, fucking peanut butter cookies. I remember back in those days though, like the demo discs were really cool. They came with like 8 or 9 interactable demos, and like sometimes came with like cool skins or something for a game or
badass stickers.
Or some videos of like some upcoming games. Do you guys remember
some slut videos?
Do you remember Bloody Roar?
No.
Really?
That sounds
kind of. I know
Bloody Roar was
a
an amazing
female's teenage experience.
You know what game I really like that I can't find anywhere? It's I think it's called Gauntlet or Gauntlet Legends. It's like
It's like 4 players, isn't it?
It can be. I mean,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you like choose a class and I think it is Legends. Pretty sure. That's like a PS2 game, yeah?
Well, I played it on the 64, I believe, but I've never been able to find it.
Really?
Or like see if the people made like another Gauntlet Legends or anything like that.
Really? I spent so much time playing like really obscure games as a kid. Like I remember this really cool one called Fighting Force was a really cool one. Like where you like played as like you could play as one of 2 guys or one of 2 girls, and they all had their own like different fighting styles and stuff, and it was super super cool. I think it was made by the same people that were making like Tomb Raider at the time, like 3DO or not 3DO, but no, god, fuck, now I'm all
easy.
I got that. I'm sorry, Karate Chop.
Yeah, Karate Chop my eardrum.
So yeah, I mean, anyway, like we don't have to make this a very video game heavy episode.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes into it.
Well, but I mean, like, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Is there anything?
This Escape from Monster Manor, that was, it was 3DO exclusive.
It was a point and click, yeah.
No, it was actually like an early Duke Nukem.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's just levels of. Almost like nuns.
Kind of like Doom and like Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So just first-person shooter type.
Yeah, it was one of my first experiences with a first-person shooter that wasn't that Police Academy arcade game.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome. I will have to say, like, if anybody gets a chance to play a 3DO and just put yourself into the 1993 mindset, the graphics and the gameplay and everything was just awesome. At first, I thought when Mom brought this home, just some just gumpy game that no one ever heard of. I mean, Panasonic made a game console, really?
Right.
You know?
I
was thinking it was going to be a failure on the level of Dreamcast, and it was actually pretty badass.
Really?
Yeah, it's still in the garage.
Like I said, we never had, like, for some reason we were never, like, a Sega household, so, like, didn't get the Genesis, like, definitely liked Sonic and stuff growing up, but never got a chance to play it. Like, we were always, like, I started with 8-bit Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, with, like, the regular NES, but then my parents didn't want to get the SNES, so the next console I had after that
I've never heard it referred to as a SNES.
A SNES? Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to make
I guess, but then we just went straight to, like, PlayStation. And, like, actually, I wish I could, like, show you guys. There was always this game that I played growing up, and it was so fucking random and weird, and I think you guys would have loved it. It was called Incredible Crisis, and I don't see much about it these days, but you play as, like, one of 4 members of this Japanese family as, like, crisis hits them all the time.
Well,
and it's so weird, and it's so fun, and it's, like, if you were to look up clips of this, like, it's so weird. Like, you'll be, like, dancing one scene and then being chased by a huge boulder the next. And, like, the next you'll be given, like, a sensual back rub to, like, a lady on a Ferris wheel. And then, like, next you'll
Hey, lady!
It's so weird, dude. It's so fun, though. And, like, it was, like, for me, I let a friend borrow it when I was, like, super, like, really into it. I was like, gotta try this. And then just, obviously, he lost the disc and I never saw it again. But I loved that game.
I had a very similar story. It was a game called Sky Odyssey. I think it was Japanese.
Sky Odyssey.
But it was English. Oh, you're good.
Oh, good.
Your mic actually does an awesome job picking you up wherever you are.
That's awesome.
Well, last time
thanks,
it had some trouble, so...
Right. I was just waiting for you to just smoke your eardrums.
No, I thought more about it that time.
Thank you.
Your
I
poor
appreciate
little
you.
eardrums.
Right, because I haven't suffered enough at the hands of me.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Tonight. Us.
But I've looked for the game Sky Odyssey forever. My mom bought it. No, I think my brother Sean sent it to me from California, from FYE out there.
It sounds really familiar.
And I've never seen another disc.
Sky Odyssey.
His mom ended up getting... I loaned it to a friend. His mom ended up getting just mad at him in a bad way and sold his PlayStation 2 and all his games. And one of them was my game. I'm like, dude...
Bitch!
I've never found this.
20 years later, you're still a bitch, Nancy!
And
God damn.
I said, dude, where'd you take it? And just out of random, I was dating a chick in high school, and I was going to meet her at one of my friend's Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. That's how badass we were. And I walked into a
Beyblade.
GameStop, and is there anybody in here?
And doesn't matter.
Sorry, you caught me with the beep. I'm just like a child. What was that? And I talked to the guy. I'm like, "Hey, do you have Sky Odyssey?" He says, "Yeah, we've had one copy for like 8 months." No way, that can't be the same game. It ended up being the same game.
No shit.
Yeah, the same copy that my buddy's mom had sold. I went and bought back like 8 months later.
I want to say I've heard of that, but I
all
can't
it is
sure.
a flying adventure game. It's just
flying simulation.
Very close. There's a little bit of like you have to use your airplane to save people and
did you guys ever
drop packages on the... Did
you guys ever play any like PC games growing up? Like
yes.
I think I've said before, I was like really into The Sims and I'm trying to think. I tried like we always had like a very
Graham Blank rich kids.
we always had like we had like kind of a average computer, so I could never run stuff like Diablo or like World of Warcraft growing up. But there were always games I was like super interested in. It's just like we didn't have the technology.
Right.
So I was just curious if you guys did.
I played WoW when I was 15.
Yeah.
Was your hashtag gamer girl?
Hold on. I want to get this right. I think I actually started when I was 16, and I got addicted to that game so much that I would stay up and play it for like 12 hours a day. Go to bed, wake up, play it again. Like it was crazy. and me and my boyfriend at the time were both addicted to it, and he would get up and play it, and then when he went to bed, like, I would get up and play.
Just
alternate, basically.
And
because you would come to school and tell us about it, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I haven't slept yet. Been up all night playing the game."
Pretty much, and it was fun, and I got away from it a couple years later, and I stayed away from it ever since.
You do still play
you are my
Diablo,
kryptonite.
though, right?
What?
You do still occasionally play Diablo, though, right? I mean, not on PC, obviously, but like isn't that very similar?
No.
Well, WoW is just like Diablo, only like RPG, like, right?
There's so many differences between both of those games.
All right, well, excuse me for never playing WoW. Sorry, I wasn't one of the cool kids.
No, I'm just saying that
Flip a
you
table.
you can't
table
say.
flip emojis.
I'm just saying you can't say that Diablo and WoW are both similar. They're both RPGs in their own sense, but like with WoW, you're allowed to. I mean, you can make your character any class, any type of race. You can start off doing one thing and go off and do other stuff, where Diablo is like, oh, you could either be guy, girl, and a monk or something else, and then it's linear. You cannot like verge off the path. You have to stay on the path till the game's over.
Righteousness.
And then WoW has so many like quests and side quests and like just a bunch of other shit that
Even
you could
its
do.
quests have side quests. Or side quests have side quests, even.
It's like the ghetto, except for the quests in the ghetto are women, and women have side women.
And besides that, like WoW is so more immersive.
I don't know.
What?
Welcome to my life. It's a ride.
As I was saying, as I was.
May I interject
Yeah.
some more harder?
Yeah.
WoW.
Wow.
WoW to me
We need,
seems like
we
a
need
Minecraft.
I'm listening.
Seems like a Minecraft, like, in a sense. Like, you can do more, obviously, in WoW, because Minecraft, the graphics suck. Like, I don't understand the draw of Minecraft.
Minecraft is geared towards,
Children.
yeah, like kids, like
You hear that? You play Minecraft, you're a kid.
pretty much.
Did I say Minecraft?
Minecraft.
Fortnite.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Fork knife.
So you're minding thing. Wait, what is it like? God, what is it? I can't even think now. Fuck.
Well,
You're minding things to build with, and you're building things to mine. That's how it goes.
we got him coming
We
in,
got
go.
you, right? We got you in the loop.
Build this fire stick. All right.
I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her phase shift.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rick and Morty, anybody? Let's get wrecked. Anyway, so this has been a very video game heavy episode.
We're at 18 minutes of this.
We're at 18 minutes. What are we doing now, guys? Let's play
Well,
a game.
I have
Something.
I didn't
an
mean
announcement.
to cut off your wow.
no, it's
Wow.
fine. It was just
Don't cut off my wow.
I'm just saying that it's just
Ow.
more immersive and there's way more stuff to do. But that was pretty much my end thought.
Gotcha.
But I was gonna ask, because Ryan and I have been talking about it, like not like seriously talking about it, but
moving
like
out?
Marriage.
no,
Oh.
We're getting married.
When's the kid
and
coming?
leaving.
no. We were thinking about naming the podcast
Oh yeah.
to something other than Table Talk because it was just kind of like a filler. And then Ryan's idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Or wait, did
Looking at my ears.
wait, my idea?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was.
Do you want some or do you want me to?
Come on,
Go ahead, you
Mushmouth.
can tell.
I thought we could call it Thought Bubble.
Thought bubble?
Yeah, like in a cartoon.
Well, our thought bubble pops a lot.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I still think that that's a. I don't know.
No, I like the name.
Well, you definitely couldn't tell.
This is my appreciate. Ow.
I'm sorry.
That hurt my ears. But anyway,
My
It
head
seems
muffs
like-
are on and
seems
it
like
still
every
hurts.
time we have a podcast, something ends up thrown in that corner. Last time
That's
it was,
why we just put stuff on the
Last-
desk so we can
It
reload.
was his Arby's cup last time. Just got heaved. Woof! Anyway.
anyway,
Anyway.
PC games.
This
That's
is why
what
our
it is.
walls have
foam padding.
They will.
They're gonna.
Everywhere I go, because I'm going to an institute.
So,
Ow!
so back to what I was saying.
Quit eating the mic.
Put this frosting on it.
Nah. Is that frosting?
We're gonna call this the high episode because obviously
What? She's looking at me.
She ain't looking at me.
Look at Corey.
I said she's not.
Well, look at him while you accuse me. I'm high every episode, just to set the record straight here.
So, thought bubble, right?
so when
this
he's
has become
See,
Ryan-
it went pop.
This has become Ryan's intervention. Pretty much to stop getting high before the podcast. No!
Just hear the water bong.
anyway,
Yeah,
Come on.
so when he
Out with
said
it.
that he
Yes.
like brewed some thoughts in my head and I was like, why is that funny?
It brewed some. You woke up
I
in
got
the-
some thoughts to make.
I got a
Pretty
hot
much.
thought.
And I thought
You got me.
my 2 cents or 2 cents.
Oh, for a name.
Yes!
Yes.
We're trying to get back.
Yes, Corey. Welcome back to Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
My 2
I did
cents.
something wrong.
Either my 2 cents or 2 cents or something like that, because it's like we're sitting around a table, we're talking about like our opinion on stuff, and you know.
I don't. Well, you guys, yes. Me, I don't know if I'm really voicing my opinion or if I'm just yelling. I guess
yelling
it's one
hour.
and the same.
Yell bubble. Ah!
It's just a bubble with expletives.
My 2 yells. One doesn't come without the other. My 2 yells.
It's like slut and the F-bomb. They just one roll out.
Throwing stuff, Mac is at the wall. Today's been a fine day to be so mad. I'm yelling at everybody like I'm dead. Don't look at me.
Stop looking at me. Where'd you
Oh,
go?
pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
I love that deep motivation.
Photography.
PC games.
Anyway, see, like, if you guys can
PC
see,
games.
like, basically,
games.
this, this podcast has, it's a lot of ADD.
No.
At least for me.
Let's just call it ADD.
Like, if people could just, we could.
hour.
We can call the podcast Riddlin'.
No.
Why? Because it calms my dark voices.
Okay.
Oh, that's where you need to draw the line. That's where
Is
you
that
get
too much?
uncomfortable.
I just said okay.
No,
it
you
was
said,
the way
"Oh,
you said
Oh,
it.
excuse me.
You're excused.
You look at.
It's a little everywhere today. But,
Jesus.
Uh,
We've got
Yes.
like 5 minutes of us just debating.
Just debating.
Master debating.
I was gonna go there, but I figured I'd grow up a little bit.
Not me! God.
Oh, anyway.
Anyway,
Let's talk about the Amazon key.
Can
I've been wanting to talk
we
about
didn't
this.
even finish what we were talking
We
about.
didn't?
No.
Oh, well then let's
no, you're
finish.
like talking about PC games. Minecraft sucks. That's cool. Here's a show name.
Here's the show name.
I was.
Amazon key. Hey, the more topics we cover, the more chance we have.
The
of
more we
exposure.
cram into this bitch, the more people are gonna
All
love
right,
it.
so let's talk about the
So-
Amazon key Mandela effect, fucking time loop. Anyway, you were saying about PC games, guys. You guys were saying something terrific.
I'm
and I
gonna
was
spit
just
this
sitting here
water all
listening.
over something. Look like a fountain in here. PC games. You're.
Yeet.
Jesus. We gotta scrap this last.
I. Let's go to the beach. Anyway,
Jesus
Corey was saying-
Christ.
I love it.
I love you.
I love him.
Someone's
And
gonna
I
tune
love
in
you
right
too.
now and be like, "Oh, they're stroking out 911." I think this is their address. Follow the stutters.
Is Discord skipping, guys?
Oh my god.
PC games.
PCP.
Out, get out.
What about him?
Right. Well, I don't know. I just thought it'd be a good topic for us to talk about.
Wait, I thought we already talked about him.
We did. We kind of started breaching.
You guys did.
Well, Corey.
I don't remember. All right.
Hold on.
It's been 25 minutes. All right. Bye.
No, you ain't going nowhere. We got 5 more hot stuff.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Get your hot buttery loaf in here.
I got a hot buttery load. Oh.
I thought. Wait, you played PC games?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Mostly racing games,
That's true. Yep.
but and flight simulators.
Oh, I
Not,
thought.
not because I wanted to grow up to be a terrorist, but just because I enjoy flying.
Oh, I thought you
Just 'cause it
played.
was a thought.
I thought you said you played those on like a gaming system.
I did that too.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna reach out with the same problem Ryan had with graphics being a problem, so I was stuck in 1998 games until 2007 when I built my own computer, which is this one.
Yes.
That's
Still
I
works
don't remember
nicely.
you
Barely
building
hanging.
that computer.
yeah, I built this. Well, 2007.
Damn.
Are you sure?
It's
No,
11 years old-ish.
I
Yeah.
thought
Wow.
it's almost legal.
That's a...
it's almost
Not
legal.
really.
Only 7 more years.
Alright, we're not living in Thailand.
I thought you bought that from
Scratch.
what's his name?
I bought the case.
Oh, but you bought all the parts.
Yeah, because I've redone it after that.
I beat the case. Murder was the case that they gave me.
It's a sideshow hour.
Kinda.
Sideshow 20 minutes.
I'm just, throwing stuff in.
Oh, you are. And it's great. It is.
I'm
No
just
sass in
listening
that
to
at
you
all.
guys. Actually, what flight simulators did you play? Like,
Oh God, I wish I could remember. There was some free one that come with. They come with. If I could think of my NEC computer,
huh?
which is, if you know the name, it's
Well, like-
dated.
Well, like, okay, so if you like flight simulators and stuff, did you ever play like flight combat games, like Ace Combat?
That
and
was
stuff?
holy. That was the
The
one.
That's-
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like Ace Combat. They had like Ace Combat probably like 1 through 6, 1 through 8. They had so many.
Oh, this
Because
was,
it was
again a demo.
Well, it didn't die for a while though. It was always pretty popular. There are like flight simulator
Was-
games are like surprisingly most simulator games kind of surprise me with like the niche market that they like
Yeah.
kind of etch out because you got like your farming simulators, your flight simulators, you have like
Goat simulators.
I mean that is
No, it's a thing.
that's a thing.
What was
I
the
had
thing?
that
The,
game.
the forestry simulator, or the forest simulator?
Yeah. When we were
I
going
could
through
be a
those-
tree. Somebody's gonna hug me or cut me down. What a life I expect to lead.
I don't know. There are a lot of like. There's train simulator where like you buy trains and like take their various routes. And
I
stuff.
got it.
Okay.
I just don't like admitting it.
Jesus. I'm just not big into sim games. Like, I mean, when I was younger,
Doki
I
doki.
used to play like Sim City, like that. I used to fuck with that a little bit, but like I was never very good at Sim City. Like, I wasn't good at setting up and like successfully executing places where people could live. And
Yeah,
it was hard.
I didn't like that.
It was surprisingly hard. Believe it or not, when I was super young, like, well, probably like PlayStation 2 days, me and my dad, like, he was obsessed with it, and like, because he really enjoyed it, he would go out and buy them and I'd play them with him.
That
We
throws
used
me
to play
already.
fucking Tiger Woods golf. Like,
Really?
Like I was so good at it that I could probably like ace par fours and like sink in shots from the fairway, no fucking problem. Like,
Dude, that's.
we played that so much it was ridiculous, and then
I'm automatically just a little jealous. Like, my dad in video games were just like button heads. If you had a video
Really?
game, he's like, you go ride your bike, you could go do anything else, but you're just in here wasting your time. Like,
really.
the video games are the devil.
Well, it's funny you say that because me and my dad actually butted heads on video games a lot until I got him into a video game. And
Really?
Once him and I started gaming it together, it just became that much easier. Like if
That's cool.
Yeah, and he actually like he would like play NCAA football with my brother, and he would play like NASCAR racing by himself, and I was like, hell yeah, like fucking get it. Hello. Oh no, it's. I mean, yes, it is.
We're getting there.
It's not, but it is.
The only thing, and it just my jaw, like I go back and I think about it, my jaw is still to the floor in that moment. Is I found an old NES from when Mom and Dad moved into the second or third house that we moved into.
Yeah.
There's one in the garage anyway, and all I had was Tetris. And I borrowed Super Mario Brothers just for something other than Tetris, because basically I was there by myself while Mom and Dad were still at the old place, and I had to do something, and shoot. Oh, so I headed downstairs and I was playing Super Mario Brothers. Dad, being Dad, hates video games, hates electronics, anything. He's just anti.
He hates life.
He's anti everything but work.
He seems like the type.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can cut loose, but video games are not his thing.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say electronics in general. He doesn't seem like the type. Unless, does he watch a lot of TV?
Well, yeah, but like just
The
something
boob tube?
something to close his eyes and rest his eyes to.
So then, my other question to you guys then would be, because I was thinking of this earlier when we were talking about games, like, did your parents or did you guys ever go to arcades when you were younger? I fucking loved arcades growing up.
Yeah.
I used to frequent them a lot. Like when my father's mother, my grandma, was still alive, because like I never met my father's father, but like we would go see her, and I'm sure you guys know Owasso, yeah? Owasso, Michigan. Yeah, they used to have some really nice arcades out there, like really nice stuff, but. And then I just feel like arcades just over the years died. They like tried to keep them going with like.
Well, you have a console. Why go spend quarters?
But I mean, like they were so big growing up, but I used to spend so much time in like Aladdin's Palace.
Yes, that was the one I frequented.
Yeah, because that was the one that was like at the malls usually most of the time. So what was the other one, like Funko Land?
Yeah, Funko Land.
Yeah, see, I never liked Funko Land though.
It wasn't
just too commercial.
Yeah,
it seemed. It was like the Buffalo Wild Wings of arcades.
Well played.
Thank you.
What was that?
Probably Koi.
Yeah, I will.
No.
It was just Koi laughing. By the way, guys, we would like to thank you all so much. I mean, we probably should start wrapping this up. It's been like a half hour. We want to thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast and helping make this a possibility. Again, like I said earlier to everybody, and like we're saying right now, we are really doing this for you guys. We really just we like talking, and we like to talk about topics that interest us and interest you. And again, just knowing that we have an awesome community behind us that, you know, really cares about what we do. We really care about putting out awesome quality content for you guys. I'm going to let Corey, he's getting real close in that cleavage picture.
I was trying to read what it was.
Your nose would be on that monitor, sir.
Well,
just give her a little space.
Don't worry about my nose. Worry about my mouth.
Don't worry about my nose. Pinocchio, grow.
I don't lie.
But Corey, did you want to like say the email and stuff and the sign off and?
Yeah, sure. Let me just
let me just get on that.
Let me get my head out of my arse.
Let me do that thing that I should have did 10 minutes ago. I was so busy looking at this slut in the wall. Sorry, I got a little distracted by the tang. As per usual.
What's new?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. If you wanna be a part of the show, feel like you have any suggestions, anything to say.
You want to ask us anything,
Yes.
personal questions,
Yep.
history, memories, anything.
Traumas.
Be careful
Stars.
with my history. But yeah, just drop us a line. Our email's HLSZ3show@yahoo.com. That's the letters HLSZ, the number 3, and the other letters that spell show @yahoo.com.
And it will be in the description, so there will be no confusion on how that is
Also,
spelled.
There'll be no confusion on your end. Ours, hold on.
Let us know what you think of the couple new ideas for the show that we pitched this time. If you have any cool ideas yourself or things that you, again, want to let us know, just follow the email that Corey provided there. And again, guys, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you to everybody listening. Big shout out again to everybody that's working with Corey and listening. Big shout out to everybody from Team Bacon that's been listening. And again, just big shout out to you, individual viewer, no matter how you found this. We hope it has improved your day and left you smiling.
Your life.
So thank you guys so much. And as always, this is Hypergraphia.
Lady S.
King size.
Signing off.